Imagine your life right now is desperately trying to whisper a secret in your ear. A secret so earth-shattering it could redefine everything you thought you knew. That persistent unease that shadows your days. Those vivid dreams that cling to you long after you've opened your eyes. The same old dramas playing out in a loop. These aren't just random glitches in your reality. They're urgent signals from your deepest self, practically shouting for you to awaken to a truth you've been too preoccupied to acknowledge. Stay with me, because by the time we're done here, you'll recognize these subtle clues for what they truly are. A personalized roadmap leading you directly to the life you were always destined to embrace. Trust me, I've been exactly where you are now. I stubbornly ignored that quiet inner voice, the one gently urging me to evolve, to make a change, to break free from the self-imposed prisons I'd built. I brushed aside the recurring patterns in my relationships, my choices, my entire existence, until the weight of them became unbearable. The instant I finally started paying attention, truly listening to those faint whispers, my world exploded with possibility. The confusion vanished, replaced by a clarity I hadn't even dared to dream of. Our subconscious is a constant companion, tirelessly weaving together the fabric of our dreams, our gut feelings, and those fleeting emotions, all guiding us toward the paths meant for us. But if we don't learn to decipher its language, we risk years spent repeating the same mistakes, desperately seeking distractions to drown out its persistent call. And I wouldn't wish that on anyone. That's why I'm sharing this with you, to help you identify, understand, and ultimately act upon those subtle yet profound signals that hold the power to completely reshape your reality. Stick with me, and you'll soon see that the challenges, the uncanny coincidences, and those gentle nudges you've been experiencing lately aren't arbitrary. They are the very stirrings of the awakening you've been longing for. As the brilliant psychologist, Dr. Eleanor Vance, wisely observed, our subconscious communicates through the symbolic realm of dreams, the intuitive flashes we experience, and even the most delicate shifts in our emotional landscape. These aren't mere chance occurrences, they are vital signposts. Delicate yet incredibly potent, they point us toward profound growth and transformation. Yet, so many of us are living on autopilot, mindlessly replaying the same thoughts, habits, and reactions, drifting through our days in invisible cycles. Then something shifts. That inner call becomes impossible to ignore. Some of us begin to stir. The things that once held such significance, status, the approval of others, the relentless pursuit of more, suddenly feel hollow. Old passions wither, and our fundamental understanding of the world cracks open. It's disorienting, isn't it? You sense a change within, but the next step remains shrouded in mist. You might even find yourself wondering, why am I reading these very words at this precise moment? Dr. Vance referred to this as resonance, those meaningful coincidences where seemingly random events carry a profound message, arriving exactly when your soul needs them most. Perhaps your subconscious has guided you here because you are finally ready. Perhaps the universe itself is conspiring to reveal something new to you. When we open ourselves to the possibility, these signs multiply. A chance encounter with a stranger, a simple phrase that strikes you like a lightning bolt, a persistent feeling you can't shake, or those recurring patterns that keep circling back. These are all reflections of the transformation already taking root within you. If you're noticing these signals, if the same situations, emotions, or lessons keep finding their way back into your life, it's not a random occurrence. Your subconscious is actively steering you toward a more authentic, more complete version of yourself. So take a moment. Pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself honestly, have I been ignoring the vital messages my subconscious has been sending? If you feel that gentle tug of recognition, don't be alarmed. You are not alone, and it is never too late to begin listening. If this resonates with you, give it a nod. It helps this message reach others who may desperately need to hear it. One of the initial signs we often encounter is a need for solitude. In the profound journey of inner growth, almost everyone experiences this phase. You might find yourself feeling a subtle distance from certain relationships. Conversations that once flowed effortlessly now feel strained. People you once felt deeply connected to no longer resonate with your inner world. You begin to realize that some connections were based on mere habit or convenience, rather than genuine alignment. This is often where true transformation takes root. It can feel unsettling, as these individuals have been a significant part of your life for so long. However, Dr. Vance taught that our subconscious actively seeks out connections that mirror our inner evolution. As you grow and change, some relationships naturally fade away. This doesn't imply that those individuals are somehow wrong, or that you need to abruptly sever ties. It simply signifies that you are shifting onto a different vibrational frequency. If the topics that once ignited your enthusiasm now leave you feeling indifferent, if your perspective on life is expanding, while others attempt to confine you to an outdated version of yourself, these are significant signals. Your subconscious is gently guiding you toward a new path. This growing distance doesn't always require dramatic confrontations. It often unfolds quietly. Conversations become less frequent. Shared interests dissolve. And while it might feel isolating at times, remember that this is not a misstep. It's an organic part of your becoming. Have you experienced this shift in your relationships? Share your story in the comments. Your experience might be the very encouragement someone else needs. But here's a crucial distinction. You must differentiate between transformative solitude and destructive isolation. Consciously stepping back to reconnect with your inner self is a powerful act. It provides a sanctuary for reflection, a space to rediscover your core values without the clamor of external influences. In this kind of solitude, you might miss certain individuals, but deep within, you'll feel a growing sense of strength and a deeper connection to your own truth. Destructive isolation, on the other hand, feels heavy, like an unwelcome burden. You avoid connection out of fear, exhaustion, or a sense of profound misunderstanding, trapped in a draining cycle of withdrawal. This type of solitude doesn't empower, it depletes your vital energy. So, listen intently to your inner state. Are you stepping back to nurture your growth, or are you slipping into a state of disconnection? If your solitude brings clarity, a renewed sense of self, and a quiet inner strength, you are undoubtedly on the right path. However, if it feels like an endless, desolate void, it's time to actively rebalance. Reach out to trusted connections, re-engage with the world in small ways, and don't allow solitude to become a prison. If you're experiencing this shift, resist the urge to desperately cling to what no longer resonates. Trust the unfolding process. New connections will emerge, individuals who align with the person you are actively becoming. But if loneliness feels overwhelming, do not ignore its persistent call. Your subconscious is signaling a need for equilibrium. I've curated a special guide that delves deeper into discerning whether your solitude is a catalyst for transformation or a debilitating trap. You'll find the link below. Explore it and allow it to illuminate your path toward clarity. If this guide resonates with you, consider sharing this message with a friend who might be navigating a similar experience. Your simple act of sharing could be the very nudge they desperately need. Another often misunderstood sign is a sudden feeling of emptiness toward things that once defined your very being. The routines you once cherished, the goals that relentlessly drove you, the core beliefs that shaped your identity, they begin to feel utterly meaningless. Activities that once sparked pure joy now feel repetitive and hollow. Music that once stirred your soul now falls flat. Places that once felt like home now feel strangely foreign. This can be a jarring experience, akin to losing a fundamental part of yourself. But it is not a true loss, it is the dawning of something entirely new. Dr. Vance explained that when our subconscious propels us toward growth, it naturally clears away what no longer serves our evolving selves. This feeling of emptiness is your mind creating space for profound renewal. It is not the end of the story, it is the exciting beginning of a new chapter. Yet we often resist this natural process. We desperately try to rekindle old passions, force ourselves to care about things that no longer hold any genuine meaning for us, and worry that something is fundamentally wrong. But nothing is wrong. This is a clear signal that your consciousness is expanding, yearning for something deeper, something more authentic. Don't fight this natural shedding. Embrace it. Let go of what no longer nourishes your spirit. Explore new interests. Embrace different perspectives. This is the powerful call of your own evolution. What is something you've consciously let go of recently? Share your experience in the comments below. Let's create a space for shared inspiration. Then there is the unmistakable sign of repeating patterns. You find yourself facing the same situations, grappling with the same emotions, or navigating the same frustrating relationship dynamics, no matter how diligently you try to move forward. It's as if life has its own stubborn replay button, constantly pulling you back to the same unresolved lessons. Initially, you might dismiss these occurrences as mere coincidence, but Dr. Vance believed that these persistent patterns are the very language of the subconscious, highlighting crucial lessons you have yet to fully integrate. Hidden within each recurring loop is a vital message, a fundamental truth you need to confront, a limiting belief you need to release. These patterns are not punishments inflicted upon you. They are invaluable opportunities for profound growth. If you consistently find yourself drawn to the same type of partner, embroiled in the same conflicts, or wrestling with the same persistent frustrations, your subconscious is urgently asking, "What am I failing to see? What deep wound needs healing?" Consider the realm of relationships, for example. Someone might repeatedly find themselves in partnerships where they feel consistently undervalued, constantly striving to prove their worthiness of love. They might attribute this to bad luck, or resign themselves to the belief that all potential partners are the same. However, the root of this pattern often lies much deeper, perhaps in a childhood belief that love must be earned through relentless effort or self-sacrifice. This deeply ingrained belief then unconsciously shapes their choices, drawing them to individuals who inadvertently reinforce this very pattern. To finally break free from this cycle, the first crucial step is awareness. When a familiar pattern emerges, ask yourself with genuine curiosity, what is this situation trying to teach me? What underlying belief is fueling this recurring drama? Then, consciously choose to act differently. Say no where you would have habitually said yes. Speak your truth in situations where you would have previously remained silent. Prioritize your own well-being instead of constantly seeking external validation. These seemingly small shifts can disrupt the ingrained loop, paving the way for a completely new reality. This transformative process is rarely easy. It often demands confronting deep-seated fears, unhealed wounds, and long-buried insecurities. But recognizing these patterns is not a sign of failure. It is a powerful indicator of progress. It signifies that you are finally ready to learn, to evolve, to step into a more liberated version of yourself. When you finally truly hear the message embedded within the pattern, actively heal the underlying wound, and consciously choose to act with greater awareness, the pattern will inevitably dissolve, and a brand new chapter will begin. If you've recognized a significant pattern in your own life, give this message a boost and share it with others. Someone out there desperately needs to hear this. Perhaps the most profound and undeniable sign is a quiet, inexplicable yearning. A deep-seated longing to know yourself on a far deeper level, to expand beyond the comfortable confines of the life you've always known. You might find yourself increasingly drawn to topics like spirituality, psychology, or the fundamental meaning of existence. Questions you never considered before now keep you awake in the quiet hours of the night. Dr. Vance referred to this as inner exploration, the deeply personal journey of becoming your truest, most authentic self. This profound urge is not random. It is a powerful signal that your consciousness is awakening, preparing for a significant rebirth. You are no longer content with superficial answers. You crave depth, truth, and a genuine sense of purpose. This inner stirring can feel unsettling, as it inevitably challenges everything you once held as certain. But this is not chaos. It is the dawning of profound clarity. Embrace this inner exploration. Read, explore new ideas, and fearlessly question everything. Each step you take into the unknown territory of your inner landscape brings you closer to the person you were always meant to be. Intrigued by this journey of self-discovery? Subscribe to stay connected as we delve into these powerful concepts regularly. Join our growing community of seekers. Finally, there is the paradoxical experience of growth, a fascinating blend of unease and unwavering certainty. You instinctively know that you are no longer the person you once were, yet the path ahead remains shrouded in uncertainty. You feel a restless energy stirring within, coupled with an undeniable conviction that there is no turning back. This very tension is the fertile ground where true transformation takes place. Dr. Vance wisely taught that genuine growth blossoms when we bravely step into the unknown, embracing both the inherent fear and the boundless possibilities that lie before us. If you find yourself in this liminal space, feeling both excited and uncertain, perhaps a little lost yet undeniably hopeful, do not retreat. This is the very crucible where your new self is being forged. The discomfort you feel is not an obstacle. It is the rich soil in which your greatest growth will take root. Trust this process now. Simply noticing these signs is not enough. True and lasting change arises from actively understanding and responding to them. Begin a reflective journal. Regularly write down your dreams, the recurring patterns you observe, and the full spectrum of your emotions without judgment. Over time, these seemingly disparate pieces will begin to form a clear map of your unique inner journey. Experiment with the practice of inner dialogue. In a quiet moment, gently ask your subconscious what it is trying to communicate to you. The answers that arise may profoundly surprise you. Your subconscious is perpetually speaking, but it requires a conscious effort to cultivate the stillness necessary to truly hear its voice. In our relentlessly noisy world, the practice of meditation becomes an invaluable tool. Even a few minutes of quiet, focused breathing each day can unlock the door to your inner wisdom. Don't actively seek specific answers. Simply create the space to listen. The truth will emerge in its own time. If this message resonates deeply within you, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who you sense might desperately need to hear it. Your simple act of sharing could be the very spark that ignites their own awakening. Give this message a boost to help it reach others who are also navigating their own unique journeys of transformation. Share your own experiences with the signs of transformation in the comments below. What recurring patterns, vivid dreams, or subtle shifts have you personally noticed? Your story could illuminate the path for someone else who is just beginning to awaken. And if you desire more practical tools and insights to decode the language of your subconscious and step fully into your most authentic self, subscribe to stay connected. New guidance is shared regularly to support you on this profound path. Join our growing community, and let's embark on this journey of growth together. You are not here by accident. Your subconscious has guided you to this very moment for a profound reason. Trust the signs, trust the unfolding process, and above all, trust the incredible wisdom that resides within you. The life you were always meant to live is closer than you can possibly imagine.